Welcome to my podcast, guys. If you are here to work on your relationship with your child, then you are for sure in the right space, because you will always have to work on your relationship with yourself. And this is what I offer here on my podcast. So if you listen to my podcast and hear things that are not obviously related to your son, listen on, because whatever you improve in your relationship with yourself will automatically improve all of your relationships, including with your son. So welcome and enjoy. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I just dropped off my big boys at a golf camp last day, and they love it. They're loving it. It's their first time playing golf. So, and I had to record this. I'm driving, but I'm super inspired because of the story I'm about to tell you. So I'm going to tell you the story, and then I'll tell you why I'm telling you the story. So, right now it's August, and I'm planning all the sports for my kids for the fall and winter. And we came to this point where we already are having a few conflicts, right? We have jiu-jitsu for the boys, we have swimming, and that's a couple times a week, right? So to add on one more sport, we looked into signing up one of our boys for soccer, because he said he wants to play soccer. And because it affects the whole family, right? I talked to my husband and I run it by him, because it is a commitment that we're making as a whole family. So we'll both have to work together, and it'll be a couple times nights a week and on the weekends, etc. And it'll affect our skiing schedule. So it affects a lot of stuff, right? So when I ran it by my husband and I told him what the commitment is, and we decided that this won't work for us to add soccer to the mix, because we won't be able to ski sometimes, and it's just too many times a week, and because we'll have to miss some soccer matches, we said, okay, this won't work. But because I want to take advantage of the fact that my son is really liking soccer, he's 8, I just want to give him a chance to kind of grow that desire to play. And I want to take advantage of it, right? Because if he keeps on playing, he'll want to keep on playing. And when he's a teenager, right, I want for him to have something he loves to do. So because I want him to play, I didn't leave that topic. I was still kind of looking for a way for him to play, but I didn't know how. So I kind of was thinking about it, but I thought, okay, well, I don't really know how we're going to make that happen, because I couldn't find any recreational once a week type things. So then fast forward to this morning, where I met for coffee with a friend, and I asked her, I said, how is your son doing hockey and soccer? Isn't it like a couple, 3-4 times a week for each? And she says, yeah. And I said, so how are you guys doing it? Because it's a big commitment, right? And she says, well, it's easy. We just pick one and go to one. Like if they're both on the same night, we just pick one and take him to one, and we don't stress about it. And this way, he gets to do both, and he's always doing something. And I thought that was genius. I said, what? This is the best idea ever. So here's why I'm telling you the story, is because when I was thinking of the plan, I only considered 2 options: doing soccer or not doing soccer. I had no idea. I didn't even realize there was another option. A third option is doing it sometimes and not doing it other times. I mean, this is the most genius option ever. And I think I didn't realize that because, we're so perfectionist. In this way, I'm a perfectionist, so is my husband. And if we can't commit to showing up every single time, we just don't sign up. And I don't think it has to be that way. I really don't think. I think this is a genius option that I found out. And so I now run it by my husband, and we're both on board on signing up for soccer and only going when it works for our family. Holy crap. How come I did not come to this sooner, right? We have a big family. So, and I said, everyone wins. He gets to play some soccer. We get to make it work for our family how that works. We still can go skiing. We can skip skiing sometimes. We can skip soccer sometimes. We can skip jiu-jitsu sometimes. It is not the end of the world. And my son still gets to play soccer, right? So this is amazing. So then I thought of recording a podcast for you guys because this is just an example of how the universe talks to you through other people. I really believe that, right? I mean, the universe, God or whoever, the universe doesn't just appear as an angel and tells you things. No, I really do believe it just shows you options and answers and different answers to your questions through other people. And this is exactly an example of how I think that happens. Is I had this desire to have him go play soccer, but I also wanted it to work for our family. And here was and the most obvious answer, which I didn't come to on my own, but it came to me through a friend, and it is exactly the answer that I was looking for. So, and it happens to me over and over and over again, and it happens to me through other people. Like if I look for something that I want to see an example of in my life, but I find them. I'm like, how can you combine these two things that work together, right? And I find that example, right? Like, how can you play soccer and have it work for your family? Well, you just don't go to every single match. Perfectionist mind, I couldn't even see that option. But it's the most obvious, simple solution, right? It's totally fine if he misses a few, right? If it's a good reason, right? And it works for a family. And who said you have to show up to each one? Of course, if he, if we had different goals in mind, like if he was trying to be competitive or, had big future dreams and goals about soccer, of course we would treat it differently. Probably wouldn't miss any games, and probably it would be higher priority. But all things considered, this is exactly what I was looking for. And so this is what I want you to encourage for you, is to look for ways in your life how different people present you with great answers to the questions that you have. Or, in a different way, you can say problems that you have. If you have a problem, then if you ask for a solution to be presented to you, then all you have to do is just look around and be patient, and you'll see and you'll notice them. You'll notice them when others tell you an option that works for you, or if others are demonstrating an option that works for you. It comes in so many different ways, right? It can be an email. Recently, I thought about, here's another example, like for tennis. I play tennis, but I've been losing interest in tennis for the last year, and I've had this desire for something new, something different. And I want to play tennis, but I want to feel excited to play it, right? I'm like, I need something more to be inspired. Sure enough, I got this email, because I have this belief that the universe will answer my question, my desire, my question, my problem. And then I look for the answer. So I got this email that presented me with an option to play in a group lesson with other people, my age, my time. And I thought, okay, well, I'll try it. This could be a good solution to my problem. I get a chance to meet other people. I get a chance to play with other people. And, it might ignite my desire to play tennis. It might not, but I'm willing to try it. So I thought, okay, thanks for the email, right? That worked. And so I heard another example of what I'm talking about through a joke. I was at the pool with the kids the other day, and there were these teenagers who were swimming around, and one teenager was telling a joke, and you guys have probably heard this joke. It goes something like this. there was this man who was stranded out in sea on a like an inflatable rescue raft, right, on a little boat or something in the big ocean, and he needed to be rescued, right, because his ship sunk. So he's waiting to be rescued, and a big ship comes by and says, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" And he goes, "No, God will save me." And so the ship leaves, and then the next boat comes by and says, "Hey, do you need help? Are you okay?" And the man answers, "No, God will save me." And another boat comes by, and the same thing happens. And then eventually the man dies and gets to heaven and asks God, "God, why didn't you save me?" And God says, "I've sent you 3 ships. Why didn't you take them?" Right? So this is exactly what my point is that God, or however you want to call it, the universe, does send you messages, answers, problem solutions, like things that will help you, that you're looking for. It sends them to you indirectly, right? Through something, through somebody. And that's what I'm inspired to tell you right now. So look for those things. And hopefully I am one of them. Hopefully I'm like one of the people who is there giving you that message right now. How fun is that, right? So that's so exciting. I love it. I love seeing examples of my big beliefs in little things, daily, mundane, routine things that happen in my life that are kind of magical, right? Like somehow things get solved and I get exactly what I want. Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll love you all, and I will see you next week. Bye.